If you still don't know about this, you and your dog are missing out. Visit dogmanews.com and join the movement now. Be our premium member today with 14 days trial. And enjoy the perks. Dog Mom News, your access point to dog tips, trends, and more.
Or can you give us like the top benefits of a harness versus, walking your dog just by the collar and a leash? So what are your thoughts?
I mean, I think it's different with everyone with collars and harnesses. It's more of like, there's different types of collars out there. So the collars that we offer, they're the quick release buckles. And there's
Okay.
also, like martingales and everything else out there. So ours is just convenient and strong. And then harnesses, some people use them for older dogs or dogs that have issues with their trachea. Like with our senior golden, there's a handle on the harness that helps us get them up, or we use it during our hikes if we need to get the dogs through a scramble. Some people use it for training. So it just kind of depends what your needs are, but you can always fit that into your lifestyle.
I love that. Dog Mom News is a digital platform where we highlight the unique relationships between dogs and dog moms. There's so much to talk about and so much to explore. Now, with Dog Mom News Live and in our show, we're going to be talking about a variety of topics, and you're going to be hearing from expert canine professionals, females in their industry who are doing amazing things. We're going to talk about topics of interest that some are serious and some are funny, but we're going to talk about dog health and viral dog videos and memes and posts from social media. So that's, of course, the fun. But we're also going to get really practical, and we're going to share training tips with you. And we're going to share, how you can work on your dog's nutrition. We're going to look at competitive sports and grooming. And we're going to hear from dog moms with huge hearts who are doing great things in their community and a lot of nonprofit work. Now, we want to make sure that you get involved in the movement. Of course, go to dogmomnews.com to learn more about what we're doing and to get involved. and welcome to this week's episode of Dog Mom News Live. I'm Corrina Sullivan. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you're having a fantastic summer. We're in the dog days of summer. I hope you're staying cool. I know you're cool, but boy, the temperatures are climbing, aren't they, in a lot of places? But it is such a joy to be with you every Thursday. Thanks for making the time to join us today. We have a fantastic episode for you today. We're talking to two innovative, incredibly interesting women, and you are going to learn so much from them. We are going to be talking with CBD advocate and trailblazer Julianna Carella of Treatibles. We are also going to talk with Leél Michelle of the Dog Cake Bakery. These women are making strides, and we can't wait for you to hear all of the fantastic things that we're doing. Now, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, we want to let you know what's going on with Dog Mom News. We are all about highlighting the unique relationships between dogs and dog moms. When it comes to this show, as you know, we talk to female canine professionals who are doing incredible things in their industries. They're making strides. They are on top of so many cool and creative things. And we talk about a wide spectrum of topics, some hard news and headlines, and then some lighthearted news, memes, and funny videos, and lots of laugh out loud moments. We talk to trainers and nutritionists and veterinarians, and all of this is centered on improving your life with your dog. So we want to encourage you to become a part of the movement. Go to dogmomnews.com today after the show to learn more. And while you're at it, we just want to ask you to go ahead and do us a favor, hit the like button, comment on this video. And if you happen to be watching on YouTube, we want you to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell so that you can find out about fresh new content right after we put it out there. So many great things for you to stay on top of. Now, listen, we want you to stay tuned, dog moms, to the end of the show because we are going to have another fun contest and giveaway with a gift card. So who doesn't love a good giveaway? And get ready, dog moms. We have our next photo and video contest, and you are going to love it. So we're going to tell you how you can get involved in that as well. But for now, we're going to begin the show like we always do from the news desk with Doggie Headlines. Let's go. And our first story is from I Heart Dogs. A sleepy guard dog captures hearts as baby goats, yes, goats, try to wake him up. Look at all this cuteness. A group of, yes, adorable baby goats attempt to rouse a snoozing Great Pyrenees, their designated herding dog. The playful kids want to join the fun, but he remains peacefully asleep. However, to everybody's surprise, the dog opens his eyes briefly to ensure the safety of his charges, of course, though seemingly disinterested. He still prioritizes the frisky goats, even in dreamland. One curious kid even checks if he's still breathing, concerned, showcasing their affection for their guardian. What a sweet story. Our next story, originally from iHeartDogs.com. A shelter dog's last-minute rescue leads to a heartwarming transformation. Facing a grim fate, a shelter dog named Ben, who you see here, was saved from euthanasia, thank goodness, by Lauren of the Healing Paws Project. Initially fearful and unsure, Ben found solace with Lauren's other dogs, who provided him with much needed emotional support. It took time for Ben to adjust, but eventually he began eating and even hugged Lauren, showing his appreciation for the love and care he received. Although there's still progress to be made, Ben's journey is filled with hope. Great job, Lauren. And now another story from I Heart Dogs. A puppy forms an unbreakable bond with a cow and overcomes separation. Despite being from different species, a puppy named Rookie and a cow formed an inseparable bond when Rookie was adopted. However, due to financial difficulties, the cow had to be sold to the neighbors, Heartbroken, of course, Rookie just ran away and then found the cow at her new stable. Touched by their reunion, the owners bought the cow back, making sacrifices to ensure the friends could remain together and find their happily ever after. Now, this is another story for My Heart Dogs now. A rescued senior dog finds hope and love. Lady, found in a dire state on the streets, captured the heart of her rescuers. Despite her broken hip and severe condition, Lady showed a very strong will to survive, wagging her tail with all her might. With dedicated care and treatment, Lady regained her ability to walk, though not fully, so she's still working on getting better. Now, her journey took a turn for the better when she met with her new dad, Jamie, who went above and beyond to bring her home. What a great, incredible story of love. And our last story for My Heart Dogs. A New England weatherman gets a surprise visit from a playful dog during his broadcast. The big surprise came during the weekend weather broadcast when a big fluffy dog, this cutie pie right here, decided to make an appearance. Check it out. The playful pooch stole the spotlight and gave everyone a really, really good laugh, as you might imagine. Now, despite being caught off guard, the weatherman quickly recovered and even included the dog in the segment. What a pro. The charming moment went viral on YouTube. That's easy to believe, right? With all this fun going on. This story has just delighted viewers and has actually garnered over, listen to this, 858,000 views. The New England weatherman proved that even unexpected furry co-hosts can't rain on his parade. Wow, that is an A+ performance. He deserves an Emmy for that sweetness. And those are your doggy headlines for the week of June 22nd, 2023. If you happen to be online or on social media and you see an interesting story that we just need to know about that you think we should feature, go ahead and tag us at Dog Mom News. And now it's time to welcome our first guest in a segment we call Dog Mom Biz. Julianna Carella is a trailblazing entrepreneur. She is a dog mom, and she is the force behind not one, but two multi-million-dollar companies, Auntie Dolores and Treatibles. She has been working at the forefront of medical cannabis and CBD since 2008, and she joins us now from Nashville, Tennessee. Julianna, thanks so much for making the time today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, how are you? How's it going in Nashville?
It's great. It's hot.
Oh, that's for sure. I know it's summertime. Dog days of summer here, right? Let's go ahead and start in the beginning. Tell us when you first fell in love with dogs.
Well, when I was growing up, we didn't have pets. My parents didn't really want to have pets around. We had one dog named Sugar that a neighbor had given us, and we kept her for about a year, and then my parents gave her back because they didn't like having a dog, and that broke my heart. So I vowed in that moment to have as many dogs as I possibly could the minute I became an adult.
There you go. I love that. It's like, I know what I'm going to do. Hey, Mom, will you watch my 5 dogs for me? Remember that time you said I couldn't have Sugar? Seriously. So you're a dog mom now, and obviously you love them. How did you figure out that CBD actually works for dogs?
Well, it was kind of an accident, actually, because the first company that I started in 2008, Auntie Dolores, was a medical cannabis company. This is before we were even familiar with CBD. We were dealing with THC mostly. All of the cultivation that we were doing was to extract the THC and make products from it. And THC products are obviously not suitable for pets. So when we became familiar with CBD in 2011, I immediately started thinking, okay, if this is a non-psychoactive cannabinoid and it has, benefits for arthritis, anxiety, epilepsy, I was thinking, why don't we use this for dogs and cats? And we actually were extracting, THC from cannabis plants at the time. So we started to cultivate CBD-rich cannabis plants so that we could do the same thing, but extract the CBD. And then we started to develop the pet products. And the minute we started giving them to our pets, we saw incredible results, and with very low toxicity, no side effects, no nothing. It was all positive. So that was a huge light bulb, that went off. And the minute we started really developing more and more products, it just caught on like wildfire. At the time, we were only dealing with cannabis dispensaries, and they were happy to take in a pet product. It was totally new and cutting edge at the time. We're actually the very first company to produce CBD pet products because of our history in the cannabis space. It really just accidentally kind of led us into it. That's kind of the best way I could answer that question. It was really by accident, actually.
So interesting. It's amazing, like the journey life can take us on, that's for sure. This can be a little controversial. So just, I like you because you like to shoot from the hip. You're like an honest gal, which is so cool. I mean, but just like talk to me about some of the pushback, that you experienced, some of the reactions out there.
Yeah.
I imagine that was challenging at first.
Absolutely. I mean, there's just so much negative stigma around cannabis and hemp in general. So there's always a lot to get past to educate folks. Okay. So that was a big deal. When we started to talk to, pet industry people about our product, we'd already been producing products for 2 years and selling it into dispensaries. But the pet world was like, what are you guys doing? You're giving your pets pot? I mean, come on. What are you going to do? You're going to kill them all. And we're like, no, you don't understand.
No.
So it took about 2 or 3 years to educate people on why it was good and not bad, and the difference between CBD and THC, and why we're making the pet products with just CBD. And there was a lot of pushback, but once people see the product in action, you can't unsee it,
There you go. Talk to us, since you mentioned the difference. Some dog moms may be watching and they really don't know. So walk us through the difference, educate our viewers.
Okay. So the cannabis plant has high levels of THC, great for humans who want to get high and to help with pain, right? But for pets, THC can be very toxic. It can actually cause static ataxia and a host of other problems that can be deadly to our pets. Now, that being said, there are some instances where THC is appropriate for our pets, but that's like another podcast, and it has to do with cancer.
Whole other conversation.
Yeah. Right. So we'll just talk about your everyday pets and why CBD is really good for them. So all animals, including humans, have an endocannabinoid system, which is a receptor system within our physiology. And that system directly affects other systems within our physiology, including the nervous system, right? Including, our joints and all of these other mechanisms in our systems. And it's the same with our pets. So when an animal takes in a CBD product, what it does is it is sort of ignited by that interaction in the endocannabinoid system. And it literally just sets everything back in order, right? When you see an animal that has high anxiety or epilepsy or any of these nervous system disorders, that's an indication that their endocannabinoid system needs to be addressed. So literally what we're doing when we give a CBD product to a pet that needs it, we are going to the very, very root of the problem. It's not a superficial, treatment or regimen. This is something that actually changes them at a very basic level, and it affects all these other systems. So that's why the results are so phenomenal. I mean, when you see an animal that's limping around from arthritis, you give them CBD, and they're running around a half hour later, literally.
Sure. Or a dog that's struggling with anxiety and aggression. And suddenly you have a tool that you can try, because when we commit to our pets, we want a good outcome. We want to take our commitments seriously. Talk to me about, we've had some vets on our show who are really outspoken about being against CBD. So where is this coming from your standpoint?
There's so much misinformation out there, like everything else right now. We're dealing with a lot of disinformation and misinformation. I mean, that's another podcast, right?
Right.
In this particular topic, you've got a lot of folks that are still dealing with this 100-year-old stigma against cannabis, which also is against hemp. So if you think about it, a lot of doctors and veterinarians, they're not taught about the endocannabinoid system. I mean, it's part of our physiology, and yet they don't really know anything about it because it's excluded from the medical literature. Like literally, it's almost like we're going to take this whole body of evidence and just throw it out because we don't like it. Well, guess what? Our pets love it and they need it, and God gave it to us. So why aren't we using it? You know, my feeling about it is I don't really need, you know, the medical industry to tell me when I'm giving something to my pet that makes them feel better. I just need my own two eyes.
Sure.
Right?
Tell me, Julianna, how often are there negative reactions? I think that's really important to point out because I know you've done just so much research and obviously you're so knowledgeable about this.
Well, this is where it gets even more exciting because the National Animal Supplement Council did a ton of research on this. And by the way, because we're NASC members, we have to report to their adverse events reporting system every month. Okay. All of the CBD pet companies out there that are NASC certified also have to do the same. So they compiled a lot of data, and I'm just going to share some numbers with you. And
please do. I love this.
The numbers speak for themselves. Okay. 920 million administrations of CBD products to pets. That means every time a pet got a CBD product, that was one administration. So there's been over 920 million administrations of CBD pet products in the last 14 years. Guess how many adverse events there were?
How many?
Less than 25.
Wow.
That's a safety level that's surpasses anything else out there that you can give your pet or your human friends. I mean, it's crazy how safe it is. And, you know, the scientist, Leél Michelle, who's researched CBD more than anybody in the whole world, unfortunately, he's passed. But, you know, when he was alive, one of the quotes he said was, CBD is the safest chemical I've ever researched.
Yeah. That's a statement. That's a bold statement.
It really is. And again, all you have to do is see it in action, and people will see for themselves. But when you've got something that has so much negative stigma that colors the whole picture, we have to spend so much time educating people so that they can just get past that to see for themselves and to look at the data. And now we actually have some data to support what we already knew.
Yes. And I really appreciate you sharing that with us. You know, I mean, those numbers are pretty impressive. Tell us about some of your best-selling products.
Well, our best-selling product is still our turkey hard chews. The dogs love it. Our hard chews are our best sellers in general. I've never given one to a dog that rejected it. You know, we like making products that animals love tasting and eating so that we don't have to struggle with them to give them that regimen that they need every day. And, you know, all of our products sell really well, but some obviously more than others. We always tell folks, don't get hung up on which product to get because the active ingredient is the same in all of our products. The potency might be a little bit different. We've got stronger products for those pets that need it. But really what we tell folks is base the opinion of your pet. Like, what does your pet like? And then choose the product, because your pet might like a hard biscuit over a soft chew, or it might be easier to put the dropper oil in their food. It really doesn't matter how you get it into your pet system. Just get it into their system.
There you go. That's great advice. You know, this has been such a huge success, Treatibles, and you've taken this international. Walk us through that process of what it was like going global.
Well, it was interesting because about 5 years ago at a trade show, we were visited by some Japanese distributors that were actually researching CBD for pets and wanted to bring back a lot of products to Japan and actually go into research and see, you know, which products they wanted to import. So our distributors that we've been working with for many years now in Japan actually at that time had taken back about a dozen different brands to test out, and they settled on us and one other brand. So that was really exciting that they chose our brand. And it's been really awesome to sell the product in Japan as well. Now, they're about 5 to 10 years behind us in terms of like the industry and the growth of it. So it's kind of like we had to go back to square one, lots of education, and then you've got to translate the documents so that the public in Japan can understand how these products work. So it's a process, and it's kind of a long process to get that education level to where it becomes the norm, and then everybody's ordering it for their pets.
Yeah, I'm sure it just takes a lot of determination, a lot of persistence, and a lot of patience. You know,
Yeah.
you're an innovator. You're obviously a uber successful entrepreneur. We have some dog moms watching. They're entrepreneurs as well. What is your advice for dog moms who are getting started and following their dreams right now and have goals and a vision for something, but they're starting from scratch? What are some of your goals? I mean, or your advice for them?
I mean, I'm going to get a little spiritual here, because I feel like business is a way, it's not only a way for us to grow our businesses, but we also grow personally through business, you know? And I mean, you just can't give up. You just can't. It's like anything else in life. If you don't give up, then you don't lose, right? You just got to keep going. And we've had incredible challenges over the years. Like, you wouldn't believe some of the challenges that we have. We get through the challenges every day, and we just keep going, because at the end of the day, we still get amazing reviews from customers. And when we read those reviews, it makes all the other stuff that's challenging totally worth it, you know?
That's fantastic. And that grit and that endurance, which produces character, right? I mean, you've got to be tough. You've got to be tough if you're an entrepreneur, but also when you're fueled by your passion and your purpose, I imagine that makes all the difference. You're such a joy to talk with, Julianna. I love it. How can our dog moms keep tabs on what's going on with Treatibles? What is the best way for them to stay informed?
That's a great question. We are really big on social media. We love sharing all kinds of fun stuff over social media. So, you know, you can check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of the usuals. Another great way to just get general education is sign up for our newsletter. We have incredible content and stories to share, and just all kinds of fun stuff for our treat-a pets. We call our customers treat-a pals, and then our employees are treat-a pets, and everybody gets a fun name, and then they get on our email list, and they get all the cool content that we share with them.
Really awesome. Julianna Carella, thank you so much for your time and for all the helpful information and sage wisdom. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you again for having me.
And we want to remind you that if you love the interviews like you've seen today and you want to hear from more experts in the industry, perhaps you want to see some funny memes or some funny videos, we want to encourage you to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell on YouTube, because when you do, you get to find out when we put new content out there, and we're posting all the time with great videos. So it helps us grow, and you'll be glad you did. So go ahead and subscribe and ring the bell. And I mentioned fun, laugh out loud videos. You've got to love them. There are so many moments where I just can barely get through the video because I'm laughing so hard. So you get ready to laugh out loud in a segment we call Bark Out Loud. First up, get your tongue off my door. That's what she said. But look at it. It's like, you said what, Mom? Who knows what led up to this? We have a rebellious dog on our hands here, folks. He's just going to town. Who's that handsome boy? Oh, look at your fluffy hair and your cute little ears. And I could just look at your cuteness and your handsomeness all day. I want to reach out and touch it. Yes. Oh, but not get too close. Oh. Look at these guys. Look at this precious baby and the dog trying to do the same thing. Gotta love it. And speaking of love, look at this. The embrace of the two dogs with their wagging tails. So much love here. And then it turns into a... Oh. I think the bed's angry. Listen. Let's listen. Yeah, that bed's angry. Couldn't possibly be a dog under there, right? Speaking of dogs, check out this very patient pit bull. Who needs a chair when you have a pit bull? Buddy's just looking like, I do it because I love her. Well, when there is no other... Oh, no. That is a secret weapon. My, did you hear that? Just brushing the dog. There are two types of dogs here. The ones that are just hyper and have no self-control.
Very good one ring.
And then the very good ones that have self-control. And then the very hyper ones that just won't stop. Lots of noise, lots of noise. Listen to your dog mom. It will serve you well. You'll get more treats, I promise. Listen, like your neighbor. There goes the balloon. Oh, it is on the ceiling. Oh no, dog mom. What are you gonna do about it? Get to work, dog mom.
So good and tasty.
The air tastes delicious. Oh, buddy, harsh.
That's
He did a
not
little
what I
bit.
meant at all.
Go easy on him. He moved a little bit.
Duncan.
This dog does not have time.
Duncan.
Duncan. I've seen my Louie do that before. That is hilarious. I hope you love those videos as much as I did. Well, now it is time to welcome our second guest in a segment we call Dog Mom Biz Part 2. Leél Michelle is an innovator with an eye for design. Leél has worked in retail management for some of the most successful brands in the world. And she used those experiences to help her come up with her latest business venture. And Leél is joining us from the San Diego area. Hello, Leél. How are you today?
Good. How are you doing?
Oh, so well. So well. I have been looking forward to chatting with you about your experiences and what you've learned in the industry. But we'll start from the beginning. Leél, where did your love for dogs come from?
Honestly, my love for dogs started when I was like a little girl. I mean, most people in the pet industry, like myself, wanted to, be a veterinarian. And once I realized that I didn't want to deal with blood and guts, and I just really wanted to be involved in some way, I just looked for a way to get there. And that's what led me to this road, this journey that I'm on right now.
And what an awesome journey it is. You have gone from retail, and then you've worked your way into working in the dog industry. Kind of bring us up to speed on how that happened and what inspired the change for you.
So, initially I was in the amusement park industry after my stint in corporate America, and I took a summer off. I, thought I did all I could in for a company that I worked for in the amusement park industry, and I really wanted something different to bite my teeth into. And so what I did was, 2 blocks from my house, there was a grooming salon that was for sale. And so I really started to research the industry, and I saw all of the opportunity within the industry. And so I went to dog grooming school. That was my first foray into the pet industry. And I would come back on the weekends, and then what I did was, build out my grooming salon and pet boutique. So I did that for about 13 years. Along the way, I founded a dog grooming apparel company. I had also built and designed custom dog hotels for upscale grooming salons. And it was basically, as they say, the riches are in the niches. It was essentially me finding things for my business. And as it turned out, there was a lot of other business owners in my industry that were intrigued and wanting to know how they could get their hands on those things. So, how, sometimes, what do they say? It's the necessity of invention, or however they put
there
that.
There you go. I love it. I love it. And you're an innovator, right? You're an innovator. You're a Renaissance woman. And that's one of the things I love about your story, and really about life in general. There's never anything that we do in life that's really like an accident, in my opinion. It's like one thing leads to the next thing that leads to the next thing. And then you look back and you go, oh yeah, that's probably what that experience was for.
Yes.
So, one might say, oh, very different industries, but talk to us about how, that experience was critical really to help with your success today.
Yes, it was. And in fact, I had a very good friend of mine that asked, I don't understand. You were in the amusement park industry, you were in the retail industry, you were in kind of corporate America, and dog grooming, like why?
Right.
And, and for me, it was a journey in finding out, what is my true passion? And I read an article somewhere that said a lot of times people will be the most happy in something that they really enjoyed or they were very passionate about in childhood. And those have always been two things for me, and it's art and it's animals. So I thought, well,
There you
what
go.
can I do besides going back to, into veterinary medicine that would allow me to, be able to work in my second passion, which was working with animals. And, then, on Craigslist popped up, there was a grooming salon 2 blocks from my house. And so that's what started the
Great.
journey for me.
That's so great. I love when you talk too. It's like I just see the sparkle in your eyes, that passion, which is so awesome. And I know that you're actually known for being a dynamic speaker. So tell us about how you got into public speaking and then sharing your experience at trade shows. That is so cool.
Well, honestly, I never thought I would, like most people, I had a huge fear of public speaking, believe it or not. And,
Sure. Yeah.
but I, with my grooming apparel company, as I was traveling across the nation with my grooming apparel, I was talking to these groomers and I really spoke their language. But what I had realized is that I did things very differently because of my corporate background. I didn't work in the industry and then open my store. I did the opposite, which I don't always recommend. If I had
You're
not
tough.
had my corporate background, that would have been a disaster. But
That's
so,
true. I like it. You're speaking truth.
yes. So I had, some structure to start with. But a groomer, we were kind of comparing notes, and I was just, having a normal conversation with her about, how I ran my business and certain things that I was doing. And that's when she said, I don't understand, why aren't you sharing your knowledge with, us in the industry? Like, you can help so many people in the industry with all of your innovative ideas. And so that really, excited me, because I absolutely love supporting female entrepreneurs and motivating and inspiring, because, we're a very tight knit community. And,
Yes.
I really want to support more people realizing their dreams and their passions through starting their businesses. And so that's what kind of got me started on that journey.
I love that. And I love that spirit of let's link arms and come alongside one another and encourage one another, which is so awesome. And I'm going to make you blush a little bit, because there's another reason why you speak at these shows, because you have won so many awards. I have to read off of the paper. I can't even memorize all these. You are amazing. Okay. Highest rated speaker at the Global Pet Expo 2019. First place winner and cover for the Coolest Store 2018 in Pets Plus magazine. Second place winner for Best New Grooming Product of 2018. I mean, this list goes on and on. First place winner, Best New Grooming Product 2017. You're amazing. What can I say? I'm so proud of you. Good job.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
What an amazing career.
I mean, the thing is, I think that, we all have our own story, journey, and brand. And I think if you're just really passionate about what you do, it speaks volumes to people. And, it gets you in these situations where, and in fact, those two pet product awards, I had no idea I even won them. I was at Super Zoo at my booth, and somebody walked up to me and said, "Hey, I just saw on stage you won an award. Why weren't you there?" I said, "I had no idea." Both times, by the way.
The bearer of good news. Right.
Yes, exactly.
I feel like I'm winning it right now. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and I think,
Fantastic.
excellence is a reward in and of itself, is what I heard a professor once say. So I think, as long as you are authentic and true to yourself and you have that passion and that drive and execution, because, if you're trying to run a business, other than a hobby, then it takes a lot of execution involved as well.
It sure does. I love that. And I love how you're saying, just put your best face forward, do the best job you can every single day to get the best results you can for your customers. And in this case, you got awards, but you're doing it because you just want to do things with excellence and do things right, which is awesome,
Yes.
Leél. So
Yes.
I'm so happy for you. And I want to hear more about your latest venture, the Dog Cake Bakery. Tell us more about that.
So, it really started again, much like my other projects where there was, I felt a niche that needed to be filled. In my pet boutique, that I had for over 13 years, we sold a lot of the products on the market, and then I started designing some of my own products. And I got a local dog franchise to actually make my products for me. Fortunately for her, unfortunately for me, she retired. And I thought, well, I've got this client base now that loves these products, and I can't find anybody else to make them to the same, standards. So I thought, I'm going to have to figure this out for myself. Here's another venture, another journey I get to go on. Never having worked in any bakery or food service, I just thought, just like everything else in my life, I just, went and attacked it, and did a lot of research and did a lot of R&D. It honestly started out of, my apartment years ago that I had the idea. But it would be years till I actually started it, kind of, again, out of necessity when my dog baker at the time, that franchise, she retired, and she was so sweet when I opened up, when I moved my location, my pet boutique, and I sold my grooming salon, and I opened up my bakery. She came over and helped. It was very sweet. But that's initially what started it. It was something that, I had a clientele base that, was really loved my product. And I couldn't get anybody else to make it for me. So I figured out, what, let's do that. I'm an entrepreneur. Here's a nice little puzzle. Let's figure this out.
There you go. You're always up for a good challenge. And two, you've been able to use your art background. I mean, you can tell with these very creative and fun and beautiful treats that you really care about the aesthetic of them too. So I can only imagine how happy dog owners are to get the beautiful cakes for their dogs, for the precious pictures and all the things. What are some of your top sellers?
So I would say definitely our dog birthday cakes and cupcakes are definitely our top sellers, because what's a little bit different about Dog Cake Bakery is that what I had discovered, retailing for over 13 years in the pet industry, is there was really beautiful treats on the market that weren't very pretty, and then very pretty treats on the market that weren't very healthy. And with my grooming background and wanting to make sure that I, made sure that, we're doing no harm, and with the assistance of a veterinarian, we created our recipes so we could make an Instagrammable, beautiful product that the dogs really love, that were really healthy, that, my clients would love to have a picture of their dog on their birthday right next to our treats. And so as a result, we do, a lot of our clients share those pictures with us, and we absolutely love it.
That's fantastic. So beautiful, healthy, and of course, with the beautiful goes the picture worthy. That is awesome. Things can be healthy and tasty, and dogs can enjoy them. Fantastic. Now, I also know, Leél, that you're passionate about keeping simplicity in your business model too. Has that really worked to your benefit as you built your business?
It has. And again, just like you were discussing earlier, where every experience is kind of a building block on your journey for your next, venture. And so what I had learned in the pet industry, or in the grooming apparel industry, is there was a lot of need. And I very quickly created a lot of different designs and colors and sizes. And that did get me into a little bit of trouble, because then you're stuck with a lot of inventory. And then there's too many choices. So I thought, I'm in San Diego. For those of you in California, In-N-Out is a big deal here. And one of the most beautiful things about In-N-Out is the simplicity of their menu. And I always love that. And so I wanted to use that kind of model that they're so well known for in creating our brand. And, we technically only have about 6 products, but they come in a variety of colors, and it just makes it easier for the client. It makes it easier for, manufacturing and production. But also, it allows us to scale a little bit easier, so that we don't have to worry about making all those SKUs. And, luckily, aside from my artistic, expression and talents, I do kind of, as an entrepreneur, you have to do this and look at it like, in 5 years, if I'm going to scale this, how am I going to do that? And trying to keep it as simple as possible was very important. Additionally, I have 13 plus years in the upscale pet boutique retail experience that told me, okay, what do I absolutely have to have? What can I limit these options to? What sells the most? So I'd already kind of done that R&D for over, 13 years in my own retail, brick and mortar store. So that helped me out a lot.
That's great. And you mentioned 5 years. So I have to ask you, what is your 5-year plan? As you look into the future, what do you see for yourself and for your business?
So, I answered this before, and I do have a lot of goals for this brand, a lot of different products and accessories, and maybe learning opportunities that we can bring with the dog bakery product. But in addition to that, honestly, I don't stick steadfast to any particular goal, because I feel like, I have goals, they're loose, but I feel like
you do. We know this about you.
Yes.
Lofty goals. Yes.
Yes, but I do kind of enjoy the journey while I'm at it, because I feel like if you don't do that, sometimes you could be so on such a straight and narrow path that you lose out on a lot of opportunities that, come your way. Like, being able to talk to you guys, and, being able to support an amazing brand like, Dog Mom News as well. Had I not, responded to you guys, I wouldn't be here. So I try to really
so glad you are
open, right? So I think it's important to keep yourself open to all kinds of opportunities and partnerships.
It's so smart. And who would have thought, right? Now you're in grocery stores. You probably might not have thought that would be the case.
I did not.
Right. And so that's an incredible milestone. And then on a more serious note too, I think the pandemic did teach us to be flexible, to be ready, and to be prepared to just roll and go with things. Did you face any particular challenges, say supply chain issues or anything of that nature in the pandemic?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, first of all, I had, a fancy dog cake bakery and boutique that really was not a necessity in the pandemic. So I had only been there for 1 year in my new beautiful location. And I just knew that I was, the numbers, spoke volumes. And I was not going to be able to continue in that environment. So I had to make the hard business decision and sell that business and pivot into more of a commercial wholesale online model. And I am so glad that I did. It was really, really great. It's allowed me to expand and focus on, being able to help other stores. We're in almost 500 stores nationwide, and help those small business franchises, gift shops and what have you, build their brand, because the birthday segment really just brings an experience to, to families and friends, and it brings joy, really. That's
it does.
at the core.
You took the word right from my mouth. I thought, brings joy.
Yes.
That is beautiful. And really, your story is one of innovation and of resilience. And I love, Leél, how you're giving back. So it's been great to just talk about all of these different topics with you today. And we wish you so, so much success. For our viewers who want to keep tabs on the amazing things that are happening, what is the best way for them to stay informed of what's happening with the Dog Cake Bakery?
Well, they can visit one of our multitude of social media channels, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or our website, which is at Dog Cake Bakery. We're always putting out something. We're incredibly busy. I'm on LinkedIn under Leél Michelle. But I would say social media, Instagram or TikTok, we're going to try to, be a little bit more active on there coming up soon. So dogcakebakery.com, or our handle is at Dog Cake Bakery.
Okay, Leél Michelle of Dog Cake Bakery. Thank you so much, and you take care.
You too. Thank you so much.
And now it's that time. It's that time, ladies, for one of my favorite segments. I heart dog memes, and I know you do too. If you love dog memes, type memes in the comments right now. That's right. I know. I see you. I see you. It is dog meme time. Let's do it. Our first dog meme from Uncle Duke. Terrence was doing just fine waiting for his mom to get out of the supermarket. The AC was blasting, the radio was cranked, and the seat was pretty darn comfy. And then Cats in the Cradle came on, and his whole world, you see it, fell apart. All bets are off when Cats in the Cradle comes on. You know it. Our next dog meme from Marsha Bowski. She says, seeing a Dalmatian does feel like meeting a celebrity. I can't explain it. I know, meeting a celeb, it's like they all seem famous, right? And now, when they ask you to describe your ideal work environment, I concur. Louie Bear on the lap doing the work. He needs to be right here, right now. Louie, where are you? Okay, next time. And man created this dog in a sealed bunker far beneath the stone. God does not know its form. Look at him. Bright pink tongue, big eyes. Out of this world, actually, I think. And now from Nicholas, my dog is feeling the weight of capitalism today. I just can't. So funny. And the next one, please wake up. I want breakfast now. It's like if you wake up to this cute animal, how could you not give up and respond? But I think he needs like a cup of coffee in hand to make it happen that much faster. I think next time, I told you, you've been given some advice. And our quote of the week, I want to work like a dog, doing what I was born to do with joy and purpose. I want to play like a dog with total jolly and abandon. Don't we all? Joy, purpose, playing, having fun, loving life, and enjoying it. It's a great quote from the very famous Oprah Winfrey. Thank you, Oprah. And now, we just have great content, right? We know you agree because we see so many of you dog moms just engaging during the week, lots of comments on social media. And if you love what you're seeing, and I know you do, you should go on our YouTube channel. You should like, subscribe, and ring the bell because there's so much awesome content that you just don't want to miss. More funny memes, videos from past shows, and just really fantastic interviews from experts. So go ahead and do it. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And speaking of fantastic content, we want to remind you about our Dog Mom News Premium membership option. It is a monthly membership program, and here's what is included. Monthly prizes, contests, and giveaways, expert dog training tips from top trainers, dream vacation potential for that. I mean, who doesn't want a vacation right now? Expert tips in pet health, exclusive access to our premium Facebook group, expert dog grooming tips and helpful tips from dog nutritionists, custom shirts and apparel, and discounts and coupons and free stuff in the doggy world. And all of that adds up. And when you put it all together, it pretty much pays for the monthly membership. So we want to encourage you to go ahead and take advantage of our 14-day free trial right now. I mean, this membership is just jam-packed with so much valuable information, and it is all aimed at improving the bond with your dog and making life better. So go ahead and take advantage of that 14-day free trial. Go to dogmomnews.com/premium to sign up. Now, we want to remind you of a photo contest. Actually, we're reminding you, but this is kind of new and groundbreaking information that you're getting right now. We have another photo and video contest to tell you about, and you are going to love it. I know I have your attention, dog moms. Are you ready? Are you ready to show off your patriotic pups and to celebrate their freedom in style? I heard you. Yes, you are. 4th of July is coming, if you didn't know. And Dog Mom News is having not just one, but 2 exciting contests just for you. In our Freedom Fidos photo contest, we want to see your furry friends just decked out in their most awesome patriotic outfits. You can dress them up in red and white and blue and capture their star-spangled spirit in a photo. It's a big challenge. The most creative and patriotic entries will have a chance to win a fantastic prize. But that's not all. We also have Tales of Freedom. This is an awesome video contest, and we want you to show us your dogs celebrating their freedom by capturing their joyous moments in a video. We know you can do it, whether it's running in the park or it's playing fetch or just enjoying the great outdoors. Let their freedom shine, dog moms. The most captivating and, of course, creative videos will win the contest. And we believe in you. You could get this awesome reward. So grab your cameras, unleash your creativity, get ready. For all of the guidelines and all the rules, you can visit our website and check out our social media pages, dogmomnews.com. So again, let your dogs let me get this right for you. Star-Spangled Spirit shine. All right, we want to see them. I can't wait. You all always impress me so much with these videos and photos, so we can't wait to see them. Okay, we've had a fantastic show today. We have talked to some incredibly creative and successful women. Julianna Carella of Treatibles in Nashville, Tennessee, and Leél Michelle from Dog Cake Bakery. I mean, they've shared so many tips on, all of the innovations and strides that they've made in their industries. And it is really it's been fantastic. Now, be sure to join us next Thursday for another great lineup. We're going to be talking with canine nutritionist Ruby Ballaram. She's a teacher. She's also a dog mom, and she created Real Dog, which is the first air-dried dog treat subscription service. We're also going to chat with Ilana and Kelly. They're the founders of the Fairy Tale Pet Care, which is a pet grooming company in the Tampa area that focuses on grooming and styling dogs for weddings and for special events. So they're going to share so much helpful information with us. Unfortunately, I won't have the privilege of interviewing them, but I am so excited. Our friend Megan Rystad, she's going to be guest hosting next week. So you'll have a great time with Megan. She's so much fun. She has a fantastic personality, and she's joined us for Dog Mom News Live before. So we're glad to have Megan back next week. Thank you for joining us for this live show. We want to remind you that the fun does not have to stop here. We want you dog moms engaging with the content that we put out throughout the week. So join us on social media and tag us at Dog Mom News. We want to encourage you to like, subscribe, and ring the bell on YouTube as well, as we've said, because that helps us grow and that helps you enjoy all of the awesome content that we put out there. Now, dog moms, we told you at the top of the show that we were going to have another fun giveaway today. And we're going to do that right now with a contest of sorts. If you want another contest, type yes in the chat box. All right, it's called 4 Picks and 1 Word. We're going to give you a clue, and that's dog breed. You have 10 seconds to give us the right answer. So you need to go ahead and like this video, and then the first one to get the breed correct wins. Are you ready, dog moms? I know you're ready. Okay, let's turn on the timer, and let's give it 10 seconds. Do you know this dog breed? I wonder. You've got 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you guess it? Did you guess it? The answer is Chihuahua. I bet many of you got that right, but who was the first to get it right? Whoever you are, awesome dog mom out there, we're going to be in contact with you to go ahead and make sure that you get your much deserved gift card. Thank you. And speaking of gratitude, we are so grateful for you. Thank you so much for joining us today for this episode of Dog Mom News Live. Be sure to join us next week, same pup time, same pup channel. For all of us at Dog Mom News Live, I'm Corrina Sullivan. Go hug your dog for me.